had my heart broken into, but something's different next to you. It's like my soul is set on fire, but oh, I'm starting to feel tired. 'Cause I can run, but I can't hide the feelings that I know I can't keep bottled up inside. And all I wanna know is, are you ready for the ride?
Alright, so why am I at Walmart picking up a t-shirt? And that is because, unfortunately, when I go to work every day, I get absolutely trashed when I go to work. I get so dirty. So, and I'm on my way to visit somebody. You guys are coming with me. And I felt, although I'm not going to buy a new pair of jeans, I'm at least going to get me a clean shirt because I get... All right. Perfect. Okay, we are here. So we're going to meet someone who, well, somebody's, it's more than one person who's quite important to me. And we're not allowed to solicit. So let's see. Oh, of course. Hold on. Oh, there's trouble. There they are. Is Papa pushing you?
Yes. Okay, Daddy,
Standing up like that?
you push me by the back.
Which one's the back? Explain that to me. Over there?
Spider in the back, huh?
How do I make it work? I can't make it work.
Yes, it's fine, but not very well.
That's alright. I love that shirt. Oh, that's crooked. Alright, so guys, this is my dad's, what would you call this? Your ham shack? This is his ham shack. And to understand what the ham shack is, you have to kind of be an amateur radio operator or a ham radio operator. As long as I've lived, we've had one. It didn't used to be in the basement. It used to be upstairs. We actually built a room for it, and then it moved throughout the house until it eventually made it all the way down here. And it's, you know, as a kid, most people didn't understand this stuff. And trying to explain it to friends is difficult. You have to have the years, the knowledge, the passion. And if you look around this room, he's had some of these radios for a long time. Some of them he's traded for. Some of he's bought at sales and auctions. We've traveled about the country. We bought them on eBay. And we go all over the place getting these things, don't we?
And some you build yourself.
Yeah, and then there's a whole series of them. And let me turn so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But way up here in the top, these guys, so those right there, Heathkit, right?
Yeah, it's all Heathkit.
Heathkit.
These over here.
So those, now Heathkit went out of business. When did they go out of business?
Probably about the 1970s, late 70s.
Oh my gosh, the 70s. So when it comes to Heathkit, you build those yourself.
Big box full of parts.
Yeah, you basically get a box, you get all the parts, they give you a diagram, drawings, and some instructions how to build them, and you solder everything together. I remember as a kid building a weather station with my dad, and that was here. That was at this house. It was upstairs, and I still remember it quite well. I don't believe the technology of that weather station is really outdated and doesn't work real well anymore, and I don't believe he uses it anymore. Do you have that old weather station we built?
It's upstairs.
Is it upstairs still? Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that was unique. Now I couldn't tell you how old I was, but I was 6 years old roughly when I moved here to this house, so I'd have to be older than 6 and probably younger than 15, because by the time I hit 15 I was busy outdoors all the time.
This one here is connected to a tower that's underneath, a computer tower underneath, which is basically connected to this radio here, and that 200-net amplifier.
Well, in radios, amateur radio isn't just people talking. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that
we run amateur television.
Yeah, I'll say it's over the air in many ways. It's using the internet now.
Internet. We run satellites. We got 8 satellites up. You know, you can do the satellites if you like, or if you up into it, you can do moon bounce. That's transmitting at the moon and coming back.
Using it as a deflector, basically, bouncing it and
like a
bring it back. But it only goes. You have a pretty much given range where you're going to touch down, right? So
well, if you're here and you're seeing the moon,
yeah,
and the guy in Texas is seeing the moon, you can make it.
You can hit him there. Okay.
Well, you two, you've got to be seeing the moon.
Okay. Okay.
Which can cover quite a range.
No, it could. The whole country on a good moon.
So you've got 8 satellites up in the orbit. They're orbital satellites, so you got to get it at their apogee as it's coming up, and then the perigee as it goes down. And you track it across. You can use like storms, big thunderheads.
Yeah.
They charge the ionosphere just like the cosmic rays from the sun do.
Yeah.
And you can use those.
And what's that called? Is that what is ducting? What am I thinking of?
Ducting is where the layers. You get that on VHF, UHF, and 6 meters a lot, where they start merging together. Okay?
Right.
Ducting, they get activated. Okay, so your upper frequencies are like anywhere from 144 megahertz, even 50 megahertz, 49 megahertz, lie right in that area, and they make use of that ducting that's going on, and it comes and goes rather quickly. So you got to be Johnny on the spot to get it. Yeah? And we do a lot of long distance on 6 meters anyway.
So let me ask you a question, because you got a net starting in what, roughly 4 minutes?
About 4 minutes.
What is a net, and what's the purpose of it?
This net here is for ARIES. That's Amateur Emergency Radio Association, more or less, okay? It's a group of people who all get together for this particular area, Kansas City area in this case. There's ARIES groups all over the country.
Right, so that's nationwide.
Right, it's nationwide. And it's for emergencies, natural disasters, that sort of thing. These people have been trained on how to deploy to different areas, how to set up repeaters, how to handle all the information for hospitals and that sort of thing. And some of them are even for triage, okay, that they can actually go in there and hunt for people.
Right.
And take care of them. They're sick to a degree, okay? We're not doctors, we're not medical people. But we know if we got something squirting blood, we know how to shut it off till someone can come.
Yeah, till ambulance, first aid, whoever,
yeah,
paramedics
sometimes
can
it can
get
be.
there.
The one thing that is very good about it is there are places on this planet that internet is not there. Okay.
Right.
Amateur radio is always there.
Right.
It's anywhere, any spot, any tiny little island, any ship, in anywhere part of this planet. Okay, it can get to. You can't do that with internet. Okay?
A good example, right, would be the hurricanes that hit down.
Where was it? Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, yeah.
All the cell towers were knocked down. Everything. There was no cellular communications whatsoever, and the police couldn't. Amateur radios put up their temporary repeaters and this sort of thing, and amateur radios operated everything through there.
And I'll look and see. I know that there's recordings from that event on the internet. I can download some. I'll see if I can find some of those recordings from that event, and I'll try to play some of those so you guys can see when cell towers fail, when internet fails, when power is out. People like my dad and other amateur radio operators have
generators,
yeah,
battery power.
They have spent years learning how to create their own power, have their own system, put up a communication tower, and get their signal out to start helping the community. I think people forget that amateur radio is really used to serve the community more than what people know. I mean, anymore today, it's here as a backup plan. The nice thing is about it is it's not regulated or controlled in the manner of, like the internet. They can cut your IP address, they can cut your signal, they can stop you from accessing the internet if you don't pay your internet bill.
Or they just don't want things. You don't want you to hear things.
Right. If you want to post something, Facebook doesn't want you to show it, they can get rid of it. Amateur radio is a whole different theory. To stop you, they have to physically come here and stop you. They can't stop you
Right. You can't
from
stop.
transmitting a signal.
You can't stop the airwaves.
Right. Airwaves will always ride over.
Go through.
Good evening, everybody. This is Whiskey Bravo Zero Zulu Papa Whiskey, net control for the local Kansas City metro area Saturn 2-meter net. This is a directed net held for the purpose of passing information to members of Salvation Army Team Emergency Radio Network, or Saturn. You do not have to be a Saturn net. So if we have any non-member or visiting stations, please check in now by giving your call sign phonetically, your name and location. Over. K6TBJ, Rod, K08PCNT. Nice call you got there. KE0CIS Mike, K0CDR Tom. And there was a station desperately trying to check in and kept getting stepped on even after the this is. So that station tried again. Over. This is Whiskey Zero Tango Bravo Lima Tucker, Kansas City North. Short time mobile, no traffic.
This is Kilo Edward 0 Alpha Oscar Delta Neil out of Olathe. Oh, not true.
Oops. Good job.
E0AOD, thank you, Neil. Additional visiting stations, and you don't have to wait to be acknowledged. I can take them a bunch at a time.
Not many member check-ins, that's for sure. This is
Kilo Echo 0 Victor Charlie Delta Steve in Odessa.
Odessa, huh?
This is
George.
Whiskey Bravo 0 Charlie November Kilo, no traffic. This is November 0 Echo November Oscar Rich, no traffic. This is Kilo Charlie 0 November Uniform Golf Chuck Overland Park, no traffic. Over.
Getting familiar with them.
This is Kilo Alpha 8 Mike India Neil Olathe, no traffic.
This is Kilo 0 November Kilo Jim. Good evening.
He
no
showed
traffic.
That's the guy around 6 meters.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we won't have to do
So you know who's here then.
I know he's here now.
There you
Although he
go.
did mess me up one time. He checked in through Echolink, made it sound like he was here, but he was still out in Colorado, and he couldn't do the math.
Doing it over the internet, huh?
Yeah, he had called me later and asked him, I'm not
Call
there.
sign suffix correct. Over. That would be Victor Charlie Delta. Okay, got the correction made. Steve Victor Charlie Delta.
I know most of them by their voice.
WB0CNK,
Yeah, I just call their names.
KC0NUG, KA8MMI, and K0NK. Thank you for your check-ins. Any additional member or visiting station check-ins? Over.
Guys, we'll finish up here. I want to thank my dad for letting me get to do this with him tonight. He does do this almost every Tuesday when he's not doing this. Sometimes it's the first Monday of each month. They go down to the hospital.
Yes,
And-
Casey Hart.
And
Yeah.
down there, you check in with a network, but it's more for disaster preparedness, right?
Correct. We find out how many hospital beds and they're around the hospitals, all the hospitals all around Kansas City and both Missouri and Kansas City side.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there, and it's similar to this, except for it's in a small room in the back of the hospital, and he has to report how many available beds that they
Yeah.
have and stuff like that, and how staff on hand. I think something along them
And
lines.
it's basically for if there happened to be a major, like a tornado go through. Or,
Right, some sort of natural disaster, or you know, God forbid, some of these other not so natural disasters that have been happening around a little too frequently in our country. So, but we want to go ahead and sign off today, and I'm gonna spend here a few more minutes because they do watch my kids for me. But thank you for being here for us with our second day of Vlogtober, and we still have another 29 more to go. His birthday's coming up. That'll probably be a video. My son's birthday and my own birthday's coming up. So it'll be pretty busy. But thanks, Dad. And if I didn't introduce him, it's a short introduction. Neil 1, Neil 2, my son's Neil 3. So whatever BS you get from me, I probably got it from him.
Hey.
All right, guys, until tomorrow, thank you.